I would like to know everything about Dr. Jagdish. First career option and then why ENT?
अभी मैं कुछ नहीं करता. इतना वैगम नहीं, तो मैं कॉमेडी कर रहा हूँ.
What's the most bizarre talent you have? What is the most expensive thing you have ever bought?
The most expensive thing I bought is my house.
With parking?
सिर्फ पार्किंग है, रहते तो कार के अंदर. People come close to me, I'm like सेल्फी लेने वाले हैं, they take out the CT scan, बोले सर हमारा साइनस का दर्द हो रहा है सर. मैंने बोला यार तुम हॉस्पिटल में आओ. बोले सर वहाँ 1000 रुपये कंसल्टेशन है, यहाँ 300 रुपये प्लस बियर फ्री. इंडियन दिमाग, right?
What are the options that a ENT postgraduate can think? Potential jobs, business areas? Or...
ENT is not like ear, nose, throat, head and neck anymore. It is diversified.
Tell me 3 non-medical skills that a medico should know to actually run a good private practice. A doctor and a stand-up comedian. Who has even imagined such a weird combination? But our today's guest has proved it can be a success. Stand-up comedians can actually treat patients also. While they are treating them, the patient will be laughing their brains off. And our today's podcast is going to be such an entertainment, I can't even tell you. The man today, I'm sure that you have, recognized him by now. He's none other than Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi. And it has such an impressive bio that it took me at least 10 times before I could actually memorize that. He's a MBBS, a DNB trained in ENT. He's a Stanford taught entrepreneur. He is a person who has been recognized by MIT Review as a 35 under 35 to watch. He has an MBA in entrepreneurship and hospital management. He's a stand-up comedian who has done more than 800 live comedy shows and has been an innovator, an inventor in so many devices. Such an impressive biodata, and yet he's been humble enough to give a podcast with us. So let's put our hands together and let's welcome Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi. So hi Dr. Jagdish.
Hi.
Welcome to the Nachiket Bhatia show.
Very excited to be on Nachiket Bhatia show.
I'm expecting this to be a full comedy riot, a laughter show and everything. So before we get on to that part, I would like to know everything about Dr. Jagdish. How did you start? Why did you choose MBBS as your first career option? And then why ENT?
See, ऐसा होता है ना कि you don't always get what you want. But what you get, you make it sound like that's what you wanted. So, as a student, I was a backbencher. I was the president of Backbenchers Association in Jayanagar since 6th standard. So, I was a very looked after backbencher. Like front benchers aspired to be me, But I'm never the topper. I've never been the topper. I've been a very average student, and I was very bad at math. And but my father is a psychiatrist, so मैंने healthcare थोड़ा सा देखा होता. He comes and tells about some cases and all of that. So biology, I think, seemed a little bit more intuitive to me, and very fortunate that competition इतना नहीं था, and I had the state quota. So I was able to get a government seat in a medical college in Tumkur, Siddhartha Medical College, with a rank that was in 5 digits. But a government seat, 9,000 per saal. That's the education fee. And then my dad wanted me to try psychiatry, so I went to NIMANS. I did 1 year of psychiatry, but मेरे को थोड़ा hands-on चाहिए था because I wanted to see my patients actually exist, and the disease also actually exists. So I got into St. John's Medical College, and ENT का एक actually reason था. I had 2-3 options. What I found with ENT is I was not sure if I will pick up surgical skills. See, in your undergraduate life, in your internship, you never get that much hands-on. Even though I worked at district hospital, I got hands-on, but you don't get specialized hands-on in ENT. तो मुझे लगा यार अगर मेरा surgical नहीं चला तो क्या करूँगा? So I had orthopedics, which is very surgical heavy. If you don't pick the skills, you can't be an orthopedic physician. But ENT, interestingly, gives you all 3 types of surgeries as exposure. Like you can do microscopic surgeries, you can do endoscopic surgeries, you can do open neck surgeries. And if you're not good in any surgeries, you can be an allergy specialist, you can be a vertigo specialist, you can, get into sound and audiology. So I thought there was बहुत सारे options थे, and that's why I thought that was a safer option to take. अभी मैं कुछ नहीं करता. इतना बैकअप नहीं, तो मैं कॉमेडी कर रहा हूँ। ईएनटी वाले कभी भी आप देखोगे ना, दे आर नॉट पॉपुलर फॉर ईएनटी। या तो कोई हेल्थ मिनिस्टर बन जाता है या कोई कुछ और बन जाता है, तो कोई कॉमेडियन बन जाता है। एक ही बात है, मिनिस्टर या कॉमेडियन।
So you wear many hats basically. You are a doctor, innovator, entrepreneur, comedian. दो चार चीज़ें और लिखे मेरे उसमें, बट मुझे याद नहीं आ रही, बट इतनी सारी चीज़ें हैं.
It's called bipolar affective disorder.
So how do you manage everything without losing your mind?
No, actually, a lot of people ask me that, but I'll tell it in a simple way. If you have control of your 24 hours, this is not a lot of things. The problem comes when you are employed. I am actually not very pro employment. अगर आपने अपना 8 घंटा 10 घंटा किसी को बेच दिया है, then it becomes very hard to juggle because आपका main chunk of the day is now dedicated to biometrics. हाँ, मैं ये था, मैं अटेंडेंस में आया था, मेरा आया था, नहीं सर मैं आया था, वो मेरी रेटिना थी. आप पूरा दिन उसमें लगाओगे फिर जब तक आप जाओगे आप थक गए होगे, तो आप कुछ अपना खेलोगे, गेम्स करोगे, फिर सो जाओगे. बट आई हैव माई 24 hours. I have no boss. So I do what I like. It becomes very easy then. So for example, my practice is independent. Surgeries happen in the morning, patients come in the morning, OPDs, shows happen in the night. When you're writing a book, आप 24 घंटे तो नहीं लिख रहे हो ना. 1, 2, 3 month stretch में वो आप book लिख लो. I work with startups, so we have, and the startups is not I am running it. I am the clinical director, but there is a dedicated group who's running it. Otherwise वो startup चलेगा नहीं. So it becomes easy because you're not doing everything every day. So it's actually not at all difficult juggling so many hats. Keeps my life entertaining and non-monotonous. But I agree, if you have sold your time, it is not possible to do multiple things.
True.
तो अपने आप को मत बेचो.
So what's the typical day like in Dr. Jagdish's life?
My typical day is no typical day. Every day is different. Today I'm in the podcast with you. I'm doing a stand-up show for government authorities, and 3 days later I'm in Dubai. Tomorrow I'm in Shirdi. And then afterwards I'm somewhere. So my calendar is booked for 6 to 9 months, but every day is very different. And some days there are more surgeries, some days there are more shows, some days I'm doing something which I didn't even think. I didn't know that I would be teaching until 2.5 years ago. किसी ने बोला सर आप ENT एजुकेटर बनोगे, मैंने बोला बन जाऊंगा, ये नहीं बचा तो ट्राई करते हैं. But so there is no typical day, but my day is usually a mix of clinical work is there every day for me. That is something which is a constant, but it will be a mix of entrepreneurial plus clinical or comedy plus clinical. That's typical day. And then of course saving marriage. So थोड़ा सा फैमिली टच. टू किड्स.
शादी भी हुई है.
हाँ, शादी हुई है, 2 बच्चे हुए हैं, अब और नहीं हो सकती. और एलिमोनी के लिए पैसे नहीं है. सो आई हैव टू क्लिंग ऑन.
मिल जाते कभी कभी बच्चे घर में?
नहीं, बच्चे मिलते हैं. मैं आई मेक इट अ पॉइंट टू स्पेंड टाइम विद किड्स. एंड जनरली मैंने ये नोटिस किया है दैट I am usually free during the year end time when people have run out of budgets. तो startups का धंधा भी कम होता है, कॉमेडी का धंधा भी कम होता है, उस समय मैं शादी बचाता हूँ. बट माई पीक व्हेन आई गेट मैरिज, डिवोर्स थ्रेट्स आर टिपिकली अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, विच इज पीक कॉन्फ्रेंस, पीक सर्जरीज, पीक एवरीथिंग. तब मैं हेवायर हो जाता हूँ. बट बाय द टाइम फिर न्यू ईयर में, एंड बी देयर फॉर हॉलीडेज, बी देयर, टेक द किड समवेयर, थोड़ा सा स्पेंड, एंड देन इट्स फाइन. अभी तक 15 साल से ऐसे ही चल रहा है.
So how did you get into the scenario of stand-up comedy?
See, I'm from Bengaluru, and as a kid in Bengaluru, there is this concept where parents don't want to spend time with kids in holidays. अभी आजकल तो parents want to spend time with kids. My parents wanted to put in workshops. तो मेरे को theater workshop में डाल देते या music workshop में डाल देते ताकि हम घर के बाहर रहें. So I have constantly been in theater since the age of 7. I've been doing professional plays and productions. I've always been known as a theater guy. But what happened is, since I moved from my clinical practice and that picked up, theater is actually more demanding than a relationship. If you have to do a 1-hour production play, आपका 6 महीने जाएगा. आपको 5-5 बजे उठ के 3-3 घंटे का रिहर्सल, कॉस्ट्यूम रिहर्सल, ड्रेस रिहर्सल, प्रॉप, प्रोडक्शन, and if you don't go, it is frowned upon, especially in the theater culture. अभी मेरा कोई केस आ गया, मैं नहीं गया, and you are the lead actor. The director, everybody else like, yeah, this is not teamwork. I almost got banned out of the theater circuit till 2013, 2014. People stopped working with me because I was very unpredictable and not able to maintain long commitments. Then I started doing improv. Improv is, you do on stage, but I never realized improv also requires rehearsals. You have to build a chemistry with your other improv artists. तो मैंने बोला यार ये ये क्वेश्चन कैसे हटाएं, that you don't have a need for someone else. And stand-up comedy picked up, I think, in India from 2012, 2013, 2014. I started in 2015. But stand-up comedy allows me the stage time, allows me the creative liberty, but excludes the need for me to rehearse with another human being. And that allows me the freedom. And that's why from 2015, I tried stand-up comedy just like I was trying improv and all of that. And it worked. And I did something which was not supposed to be done that point of time. So मुझे अगर I'm a backbencher, मुझे कोई बोलेगा ये मत करो, तो मैं बोलूँ ये क्यों नहीं करना है. तो उस समय क्या था, सारे कॉमेडियंस बोलते थे नेवर रिलीज अ वीडियो अंटिल यू हैव मास्टर्ड एंड डन इट हंड्रेड्स ऑफ टाइम्स. मैंने बोला यार बट इट्स नॉट इंट्यूटिव टू मी. इफ आई वांट टू नो फीडबैक फ्रॉम लार्जर नंबर ऑफ पीपल, मैं पहले वीडियो निकालूंगा ना. तो मैंने एक शो किया और उस शो के सारे वीडियो यूट्यूब पे डाल दिए कि एम आई गुड और नॉट, आई वांट बिगर फीडबैक. But there were not that many YouTube videos at that point of time. I released videos even before Abhishek Upmanyu released videos, and Kamra was there. So my videos, a few on exams, and one was called Lying to Wife and Getting Caught, that got pretty viral. And उस समय viral होता था 1 लाख व्यू. 1 लाख व्यू आता तो सारा कॉमेडी सर्किट आपको इंडिया में पहचान जाएगा. अभी तो you need at least 10 million views. So I started getting a lot of corporate inquiries from the content, and that is how the corporate comedy scene worked, purely by going against what your friends say. So guys, never listen to your friends. Do the opposite of what they do. It will get you more successful.
So basically, you are more into corporate stand-up.
Yes.
What's the difference between normal corporate stand-up and what I would call direct to the
public
consumer?
comedy.
Yes,
Yeah.
public comedy.
Public comedy and corporate comedy in positioning is entirely opposite. Public comedy is where you sell tickets. Somebody is consenting to see you. वो आपके बारे में रिसर्च कर चुके हैं या सुन चुके हैं, वो टिकट का प्राइस देते हैं और आपको जानते हैं, आप शो करते हो, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. They want you to be yourself. Corporate comedy is a service. जैसे पे एक HR होता है जो अपने डेली वीक में रंगोली बना के थक गया है, तो वो बोलते हैं कि मेरे को कुछ और करना है, अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को खुश रखना है, आई नीड टू डू समथिंग. तो वो प्रपोज करेंगे कि हम एक कॉमेडियन लाएंगे. तो कॉमेडियन को बोलेगा ये लोग हंसते नहीं हैं, इनको हंसाओ, तुम एक्सपर्ट हो, तुम हंसाओ. उन लोगों को आइडिया भी नहीं है कि तुम कौन हो, तुम क्यों हो, क्यों आ रहे हो, खाना क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है. उस स्टेज में यू हैव टू मेक देम लाफ एंड दे पे यू 10-20 times more than what the chindi audience of the public will pay you. That is the difference between corporate comedy. Corporate comedy, you are given a task and you are delivering it as a service. So there are rules. No this. But public comedy, you have to be more of yourself. Be who you are, and people love you for it, and they will come and see you this thing. So the equation is different. Consenting audience के साथ you be how you want. You can roast them, talk to them, make fun of them. That is what they want. But corporate comedy is very different. Corporate comedy, you are here for a task. ये लोग नहीं हंसते, आपको उनको हंसाना है in whatever situation. I have done shows standing on bar counters because कुछ MCs होते हैं ना, उनका असली मीनिंग MC ही होता है, you know. वो लोग बोलेंगे we have a lovely stand-up comedian for you and also a surprise bar counters open. मेडिकल कॉन्फ्रेंस में बार काउंटर ओपन होते ही सारे डॉक्टरों की रूह उन स्पिरिट्स के साथ मिल जाती है बैक एट द टेबल. वहां पर फिर कोई नहीं बैठा होता, मैं, कैमरामैन और कैमरामैन की फैमिली, बस ये है हम लोग. सो आई वेंट ऑन द बार काउंटर एंड परफॉर्म. आई परफॉर्म विद किड्स रनिंग अराउंड ऑन द स्टेज, you know. So corporate comedy is very challenging, and if you're true at your art, you will make people laugh at any point of time. It's easy to make people who like you laugh, you know, to make them laugh, but people who hate you and want you to leave the stage, to make them laugh, that's corporate comedy.
Tell me about your most interesting show that you have ever delivered.
My interesting show was for the defense. I was told that if Brigadier doesn't laugh, nobody will laugh. So for me as a comedian, my focus went from the massive 1,000 people to one person. That was the most challenging thing to do. But I think memorable wise, I was once put in a situation where I was told by a hospital that आपको एक awareness show करना है और उसमें थोड़ा सा ह्यूमर डालना है. एंड आई हैड आई थिंक 70-80 people with the average age 70 in front of me. Being an ENT, I knew they could not hear what I was saying. But I am supposed to make them laugh क्योंकि it's a hospital event. And I did one of the jokes that has never worked for me. It's a true story, but it is a horrible, मतलब it कभी नहीं चलता.
चलो जोक सुनाओ पहले.
तो उसमें ये जोक होता है कि I'm at the labor ward during my internship, एंड आई एम फ्रॉम टुमकुरू, आई वाज देयर. तो क्या होता है, मैं एक लेडी का बेबी डिलीवर कर रहा था और नर्स चिल्लाने लगती है, मुक्कम्मा मुक्कम्मा मुक्कम्मा. मैंने बोला ये क्या चिल्ला, मुक्कम्मा मुक्कम्मा क्यों चिल्ला रही है, इसका नाम तो गर्भम्मा है. वो ये नर्स है, इसका नाम नरसम्मा है, तो तुम मुक्कम्मा मुक्कम्मा क्यों चिल्ला. वो फिर से कॉन्ट्रैक्शन आ रहा है, तो मुक्कम्मा मुक्कम्मा. तो मैं बोलता हूँ मुक्कम्मा किधर हो तुम, ये बुला रही है. तो फिर बोलता है नहीं, मुक्कू इन कन्नड़ा मीन्स पुश, हम बोल रहे हैं पुश करो. तो मैं बोलता हूँ पुष्पम्मा. तो वो मैंने एक रूटीन बनाया था विच इज सो सिली इट नेवर वर्क्स, बट दोज गाइज, आई हैव द वीडियो ऑन यूट्यूब, इट्स कॉल्ड माई फर्स्ट लेबर पेन. They laughed till tears came out, and I realized that there is an audience for every joke. You just have to be shameless enough to keep trying it, even if it is 70-year-old group of people, but they hanky पकड़ के मुक्कमा पे हंस रहे थे. मैंने बोला भाई चलो इस जोक का ऑडियंस मिल गया. उसके बाद से मैंने वो जोक त्याग दिया. मैं रुक्कम्मा हो गया, वो रुक जाओ.
तो आप स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी में 10 साल से हो, आप सभी को जानते हो, बस्सी हो गए या फिर ये गौरव सर हो गए, हमारे कपूर साहब हो गए, गुप्ता साहब हो गए, सब गौरव गुप्ता एंड एवरीबडी. हु इज योर फेवरेट वन?
In the Indian circuit, I like Vipul Goyal. Because Vipul Goyal's jokes, I find, so one is he has a little Sanjay Dutt style of delivery, but I think I am a fan of word plays and tags. So these are two things that we use in comedy, where you take a word and you play with it, or a tag that you connect it to someone, and I think he does it brilliantly well. And I think COVID was a test of time. The comedians who did well during COVID, and I think Vipul Goyal stood up. Baki sab struggled, but wo, if he comes on video and talks, या वो live show में जाए, he's just very fluent with this thing. So I think I really look up to that kind of comedy. I also do word plays, but I look like Imran Hashmi. I don't have the Sanjay Dutt feel. तो audience समझती है मैं कुछ गलत करूँगा उनके साथ.
कौन सा फेवरेट मीम चल रहा है आपका आजकल?
I look like Varun Gandhi. वो एक चला. एक यार पता नहीं, देयर इज दिस चैनल कॉल्ड NDVT. इट्स नॉट NDTV. NDVT ने मेरा एक सर्जरी करते हुए एक फोटो लिया. वो हर साल रिलीज करते हैं और मेरे पास फिर 200-300 लोग लिखते हैं सर आपका फोटो यूज कर रहे हैं, और मेरे को बोला है शुगर डैडी कॉजेज डायबिटीज. मैं बोला यार ये कहाँ से, लाइक, और वो NDVT हर साल वो वीडियो लगाता है. लाइक मैं आई हैव नो आइडिया वहाँ से वो क्या. एंड आई एम वेयरिंग दिस ग्रीन कलर स्क्रब मास्क में, मैं बलून साइनोप्लास्टी कर रहा हूँ, शुगर डैडी कॉजेज डायबिटीज. मैंने बोला यार ये कहाँ से आया ये, और वो चलता है. और मेरे को हर बार लोग शेयर करते हैं सर ये आपका फोटो डाला, मेरी सिर्फ आंखें दिख रही हैं और कुछ नहीं है, बट पीपल हैव रिकॉग्नाइज कि सर ये आपका सर्जरी वाला फोटो, ये हर साल डालते हैं. ये NDVT वाला अगर आप ये देख रहे हो यार, प्लीज मेरे को बताओ ये क्यों लिया और क्यों किया मेरे साथ. ठीक है यू आर यूजिंग इट, बट वो शुगर डैडी है तो मेरे को कुछ दो ना उसमें. मेरा शुगर हाई हो रहा है वो देख के. दैट इज द मीम दैट आई थिंक डज क्वाइट वेल. या
आई विल आस्क यू समथिंग. ठीक है, अब बहुत सारे जो हमारे डॉक्टर्स हैं, दे वांट टू ट्राई समथिंग न्यू.
या
ठीक है ना, एंड बेसिकली द होल पर्पस ऑफ द नचिकेत भाटिया शो इज दैट आप डॉक्टर बन गए, अब आप लाइफ में कुछ करना चाहते हो, करने को बहुत कुछ है. कोई क्लिनिक खोलना चाहता है, कोई अस्पताल खोलना चाहता है, बट होता क्या है, हम लोग ना अपोलो की बिल्डिंग देखते हो डर जाते हैं कि इतना बड़ा तो 500 करोड़ लग जाएंगे. बट लोग भूल जाते हैं कि सब कुछ शुरू तो एक क्लिनिक छोटी सी जगह से शुरू हुआ है. तो लोग कॉमेडी की बहुत स्किल भी रखते हैं, कॉमेडियंस को पसंद करते हैं, और होता है कोई कॉमेडियन बनना भी चाहता हो. अब वो हर बंदे को तो देखो पहले दिन लाख व्यू नहीं आते. आई एम श्योर आपके भी नहीं आए होंगे. हर बंदे को 5 व्यू स्टार्ट कर रहा है. तो आप एक नए स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी एंथुसियास्ट को क्या टिप्स देना चाहोगे कि तुम्हें कैसे शुरू करनी चाहिए जर्नी अपनी?
If you want to try something, I follow a rule of thumb. First is definitely try whatever you want to do and try it for 6 months. अगर 6 months में you are trying something dedicatedly and it is not growing on its own, means it is not generating revenue, it is not generating interest, it is not, you have to force it to grow for 6 months. That is a decision, that is a indication कि you need to stop this. Either modify it या do something else. But वो 6 months आप ट्राई करो. अगर आप क्लिनिक भी खोलना चाहते हो, try it for 6 months. You want to do stand up comedy, try it for 6 months. ये नहीं कि एक अभी कर दिया और एक 6 months बाद कर दिया, नहीं, but every week at least you try it out. And I think that way you will learn whether you are capable or not. One of the biggest things I see people find hard to say is I am not good at something. ये मुंह से निकलता ही नहीं है. नहीं, दैट इज नॉट गुड, सिचुएशन वाज नॉट गुड, मेरे साथ बैड लक है, वो यार टाइमिंग अच्छी नहीं थी, ऑडियंस खराब था, बहुत एक्सक्यूज है. एक बार बोल लो कि तुम पे नहीं होता है. It's all right. It's you're not good. If you think that I do 5 6 things that you were rattling out, I have done 100 things. None of them have worked. I was in a rock band. I really wanted to be a rock star. मैं नहीं बन पाया यार, like even till today, but I accept it. I was in 3 bands. I was in a band first called Victims of Mad Cow Disease. हमारा म्यूजिक सुन के मैड काउ डिसीज गायब हो गया. कॉलेज डेज में मैड काउ डिसीज इरेडिकेट हो गया. मतलब वो फिर लोग पता ही नहीं मैड काउ डिसीज क्या है. उस समय वो एपिडेमिक था. हमने विक्टिम्स ऑफ मैड काउ डिसीज बना, हट गया. देन आई वाज इन अ बैंड कॉल्ड गिग बैंग थियरी. तो गिग बैंग थियरी के बाद बिग बैंग थियरी बंद हो गया शो. यू नो, सो बट आई रियली ट्राइड. सो आई played the bass, I played the rhythm guitar, I played the drums, I played vocals, and I destroyed careers of many people. एंड लोग होते हैं ना कि बैंड लड़ते हैं, हम मुझे निकाला गया था लाइक खींच के. बट दैट्स इट डिडंट वर्क. I tried it for 6 months, 9 months. Actually, I tried for many years. It doesn't work. Sometimes things you do. I wanted to be a magician. The only thing I could make disappear is money of people who try to come and see the magic show. Didn't work. So you have to try and be okay that sometimes you may not be good at something. That is the biggest realization. Sooner you have that realization, you will save a lot of money, time, and reputation. Fail first, fail fast, fail cheap. And that is the thing that I would say, even if you're doing comedy, clinic, jo kuch bhi hai.
Well, so I've seen a lot of times that if, especially in the medical community, I would say any community that is practicing something, if anybody tries to do something different, it is frowned upon.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you must have gone through that phase also कि ये डॉक्टर ये पागलपंतियाँ क्यों कर रहा है. I'm sure, I don't know if your family supported you or not, especially the parents, but कोई भी कुछ अलग करना चाहता है, लोग कहते हैं पागल हो गया. आपने उस फेज को कैसे क्रॉस किया?
See, when you have kept very little expectations from people around you, these things don't matter. See, I've if you are like a gold medalist, first ranker, आपसे बहुत लोग expectation रखते हैं, and you have that pressure on your shoulder कि I have to deliver. But आप बचपन से ही कुछ काम के नहीं हो. पेरेंट्स आपसे, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने पार्टी दी थी जब मैं पहली बार पास हुआ था कि मार्क्स कार्ड में रेड लाइन नहीं आई है. 27th रैंक आया था, 27 लोग पास हुए थे, मैं. उस समय एक लंच पार्टी हुई थी. सो व्हेन यू कीप एक्सपेक्टेशंस वेरी लो, you don't get affected by what people say. Now, for example, my father is a psychiatrist but also has done theater. He always used to push me into theater and all of that. So comedy was not such an issue with my family. Wife, of course, in the beginning was not comfortable, but it was a better, lesser evil for her than theater. My wife did not like me doing a lot of theater. Reason is a lot of my time was going there, and plus I was building chemistry with a lot of co-artists, which sometimes also creates interpersonal issues, because you get very close with some other artists and all of that. Stand-up comedy में अकेला stage पर फिर ठीक है. That kind of thing. But in my peers, of course, see what happens is, if I believe something and I'm following a particular career path, I need to keep justifying that. अब कोई आदमी कुछ और करके ज़्यादा successful हो रहा है, आपको, you don't want to say you are foolish following the old school route. उससे अच्छा वो बोले कि तू बेवकूफ़ है, ये सही तरीका नहीं है. लाइक माई ओन क्लोज फ्रेंड सेड, तू भाई थिएटर कर रहा है, ठीक है, थिएटर में इज्जत है, बट जोकर के पास पेशेंट क्यों आएगा? तू सोच, तू जोकर है, तेरे पास पेशेंट क्यों आएगा? अब फिर मैंने बोला बात तो सही है, बट ऐसा बैक बेंचर यू ट्राई. जोकर के पास अगर पेशेंट नहीं आएगा तो मैं छोड़ दूंगा, बट जोकर के पास बहुत ज़्यादा पेशेंट आने लगे, इनफैक्ट शो में आने लगे. क्यों? आई डिड माई फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी शोज, पीपल क्यूड अप, मुझे लगा मैं अच्छा हूँ. Like, but people come close to me, I'm like सेल्फी लेने वाले हैं, they take out the CT scan, बोले सर हमारा साइनस का दर्द हो रहा है, सर आपका 2 महीने से अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं मिल रहा हमको, आपके जोक सुनाई नहीं दे रहे थे, मेरे को टिनिटस हो रहा है. हंस हंस के लारिंजाइटिस हो गई है. मैंने बोला यार तुम हॉस्पिटल में आओ. बोले सर वहाँ 1000 रुपये कंसल्टेशन है, यहाँ 300 रुपये प्लस बियर फ्री. इंडियन दिमाग, राइट? तो पेशेंट ज़्यादा आ रहे, मैंने फिर उन पर सर्जरी करने लग गया. शो से ज़्यादा तो उनसे मिल रहे हैं मेरे को. दोनों में काटने का काम है. तो इट वर्क्स. अब वो मेरा दोस्त मेरे को शो दिला रहा है और वहाँ उसके पेशेंट मेरे पेशेंट बन रहे हैं. So you have to try it out and believe in yourself. But I asked, honestly, jokes apart, I asked a patient who said, "Sir, I am a big fan of your comedy, and I've come for treatment." मैंने बोला यार तुम जोकर के पास क्यों आए? पहले मेरे को ये बताओ. Then there's one patient who articulated it very well. They said, "Sir, the image of doctors is so scary nowadays. कि टेस्ट करा लोगे, किडनी निकाल लोगे, कुछ कर दोगे. But when you connect with someone on a joke, it's a very human connect, to connect on humor. उनको लगता है कि अगर ये चुटकुले बोल रहा है, ये थोड़ी हमारी किडनी लेगा. तो कनेक्ट कर रहा है ना. सो मे बी दे कनेक्ट ऑन अ ह्यूमन लेवल, दे फील लिटिल बिट मोर ट्रस्ट. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स वन थिंग दैट वी लैक, is the trust between doctors and patients on a human level. It's become very corporate, it's become very business, it's become unemotional, and humor is an emotion. And this patient said, we like what you say, we connected with you, that's why we came with you, we think you'll not cheat us. And I thought that was a good way. अब मेरे पास मैं stand-up comedy को stand-up comedy बोलता हूँ, but it's just a patient acquisition strategy, which I learned from MBA, कि हर चीज का एक अच्छा सा word बोलो या एक acronym बोलो, which makes it sound more respectable.
चलो आपने सेफ्टी की बात करी है, तो जो बर्निंग टॉपिक चल रहा है आजकल उसकी बात करते हैं एक
हाँ,
बार.
करो.
तो रणवीर अलाहाबादियन, समीर रैना,
हाँ.
ठीक है, दोनों काफी तेजी से ऊपर बढ़ रहे थे, पब्लिक सीधा उसको नीचे ले आई है.
हाँ.
क्या ओपिनियन आपका उस पूरी कंट्रोवर्सी के बारे में?
देखो, जो ऊपर जाएगा उसी को नीचे खींच सकते हो.
हाँ.
जो नीचे है उसको तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. उसको या तो गाड़ दोगे या उसको बचा लोगे. बट आई थिंक सी, the roast format has always come in India. Even with AIB, they did the roast thing. It got extremely popular, and even with India's Got Talent, and I think in future also there will be this. But the problem with roast comedy is you cannot publicly say that you like something like this, especially with the moral policing group of people. उन तक बात तब पहुंचती है जब बहुत ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हो जाता है, and that's what happened with both AIB. It also happened with India's Got Talent. That though there is a very massive audience that likes it, and they don't get influenced by it. इनको लगता है कि लोग ये देख के act out करते हैं. Sometimes we are just, since childhood we are doing this. हम किसी का मजाक उड़ाते हैं, हम, and they also know कि मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं वो, they don't also feel bad. थोड़ा सा रोस्टिंग हम हर बार करते हैं, and people like that. And जब पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे होता है कि हाँ यार उसका क्या किया यार, क्या कमबैक किया यार, आग लगा दी, फायर, people like that. And especially if it's spontaneous, and it's a good art form, it's a very good art form in many parts of the world also. But जब moral policing के hat पे आप डालोगे कि should we use such words, should we say something like this, then people feel it is the right thing to do to shut something down or bring it down. And I think that is what happens. It's like when you're having fun as kids, you don't want parents to know कि you're having fun. पेरेंट्स को आते ही वो फिर रूल्स लग जाएंगे और फिर आपका बंद हो जाएगा. सो द बेस्ट पार्ट इज हैव फन बट लुक रियली मिजरेबल. People are okay with people being miserable, at least looking miserable. अंदर अंदर बहुत मजे करो. But I think these shows started very openly looking like they're having a lot of fun, and then people felt ये बहुत blatantly हम कैसे होने दे रहे हैं. And I think that's why this moral policing has caused this issue.
But do you think that it actually got a little bit out of hand, the whole moral policing part?
Yeah.
मतलब एक बात कही थी, डर्टी थी, आई अंडरस्टैंड, बट
Correct.
कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ा कर दिया हमने उसको. मतलब कोर्ट्स इन्वॉल्व हो गए,
Yeah.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन्वॉल्व हो गया, जब इतने मैटर ऑलरेडी चल रहे हैं हमारे देश में. नीट पीजी एग्ज़ाम तो हम एक एग्ज़ाम करा नहीं पा रहे, बट उस आदमी ने बोला क्या और क्यों बोला और कैसे पूरा धर्म हमारा भ्रष्ट हो गया. इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं थी.
नहीं, इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं थी. बट आई थिंक there is this mindset that people have, make an example of someone. And when you're trying to make an example so that और कोई नहीं आए, वो एक छोटी सी चीज को बड़ा करते हैं by justifying कि this is a message that we want to give कि अब और इस चीज को खत्म करो. But वो खत्म नहीं होगी क्योंकि one of the things that everybody needs to understand is no comedian or performer or artist is delivering content that does not have an audience. There is an audience that seeks this. That is why it grew. And audience has not been impacted by this. Audience तो suddenly दल बदल देगी, हाँ ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया, ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. उस समय खुद ही हंस रहे होंगे, कमेंट डाल रहे होंगे, लॉल 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 डाल रहे होंगे. बट जैसे ही वो आ गया, नहीं 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 करना चाहिए था, ऐसे कैसे कैसे बोल दिया, नहीं पेरेंट्स के ऊपर नहीं जाना चाहिए ऐसे. बट दिस ऑडियंस is there, and this audience is growing. The youth of our country likes this kind of content. So it's just a matter of time. Somebody else will come, and then somebody else will be made example of. It's a cycle of life.
So do you think crass comedy, the vulgar comedy, still has a fan base in India?
It's a huge fan base in India, and that is not my personal opinion. That is the stats. You take any of the comedians whom you think falls under a bracket of doing jokes that connect to youngsters in this kind of fashion, selling out auditoriums across the country, across the world.
True.
People are paying for it. That's market.
I think people want to hear what they used to hear from their friends.
People want to hear what they hear from friends, and people want कि किसी के साथ मस्त हुआ यार, like मतलब उसकी लगा दी, मतलब वो बोलने में भी अच्छा लगता है यार, उसका क्या कमबैक था यार. Like see, Samir Raina is famous because he'll give a comeback which will be so spontaneous and people will be like, wow, kya burn, like, you know, it's got the wow factor. A structured, tried and tested joke does not give that wow factor. Structured jokes many times make you think and connect, but इसमें तो यार किसी ने बोला उसकी क्या return, मतलब immediate, right? So I think that people like that. Especially, see, I'll tell you the medical reason for it. Frontal lobe does not develop until the age of 25, 30. And this is the audience, you know, once frontal lobe develops, they will not like this. They will want to go for a little bit more intellect, क्योंकि वो lobe develop हो गया है. बोला यार मैं इस पे हंसता था क्या? You know, and that's why, you know, maturity comes at that kind of a level. But before that, you'll be like, yeah, just say, कुछ नहीं होते, गाली दे दे, मजा आ गया, गाली दे दी.
कितना cool है ये.
कितना cool है. You know, that's the thing. And the more edgy and the more, like, everyone wants a wow factor, no? So how much more edgy and extreme you can go, the bigger the wow. It's just about that.
Samir Raina ने ऐसा क्या किया कि that he actually, you know, completely wiped out the market alone itself?
I think the format of the show where you get talent which is not really very talented and you make fun of them. It's a very simple thing. First, people used to roast each other. See, comedians roasting each other, कितना कर लोगे? Comedians ही ज़्यादा नहीं है. अब किसको roast करोगे? वो लाओ talent. इनकी लगाओ. Audience की लगाओ. चलता है. Crowd work is not a concept that we ever thought people will love watching. But for a while, people loved crowd work. And there are comedians who are doing crowd work tours. कुछ नहीं, हम ऑडियंस से बात करेंगे, तुम्हारी लगाएंगे.
और तुमसे पैसा लेंगे.
और तुमसे पैसा लेंगे. और तुम्हारी लगाएंगे. और उसको दिखाएंगे. और लोगों की लगाएंगे. और लोग बोलेंगे नहीं, हमारी लगाओ. It's become that, right? But this is a little advanced.
Actually true. मुझे अब कह रहे किससे बात कर लो, हाथ खड़ा कर रहे हैं.
हाथ खड़ा कर रहे हैं. हमारी लगाओ. Right? And this is the next level. आप आओ स्टेज पे एंड हम 4-5 बैठ के आराम से उसको फॉर्मली करेंगे. सो इट्स अ फॉर्मेट दैट विल वर्क, राइट?
उसके कमबैक इतने तगड़े होते हैं. आई मीन आई हैव सीन हिज स्टैंड अप शो. ऑलराइट, हिज स्टैंड अप शो इज वेरी गुड, बट द वे ही पुट्स अ कमबैक, वो इतने अमेजिंग है ना कि तू क्या सोच रहा है भाई? तू
नहीं सोच रहा है, इसलिए तो कमबैक आ रहा है. जैसे ही फिल्टर लगाओ कमबैक नहीं आएगा. वो दिमाग में ही फुटेगा. When you have no filter, just say it fluently, it comes out. Yeah.
कौन लगता है आपको who is the most upcoming stand-up comedian in the upcoming times?
Samay was very promising, but I think उसका समय आएगा. I think upcoming. I think Bassi is doing quite well. I think that format of Bassi, but Bassi, I don't know if he's an upcoming one. He's already
established.
He's very established. Yeah. To be honest, I can't really think of anybody who's upcoming. But there's this one guy, I'm not able to remember his name. He does very nice. He's a thin, lanky guy. He does English comedy, and I'm not able to remember his name. But maybe someone in the comment section can put it down. He has very good jokes on English words. You know, why we use this, why we use that word. I think he had a joke on why the most meaningless word is here. When you're here, if you go there, you're here. So simple things, but his delivery is very good. I think he has
Panjwani.
I think so. I don't know his name, but it's come up in my feed and it's pretty intelligent. I think some intelligent comedians eventually, I think frontal lobe आएगा. Or intelligent comedy will eventually stand the test of time. Yeah.
Ravi Gupta is somebody who I actually admire.
Yeah. The delivery of jokes is very good. Yeah.
कहीं भी ले जाते हैं बात को.
Yeah, Ravi Gupta is good, but Ravi Gupta is also quite established.
Yeah.
Ravi Gupta has been there for a long time, though.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think off late, you know, मैं कल की चिंता नहीं करता वाला. I think that really picked him up. But I think what he does is you don't expect what he's going to say the next line, right? So that's the thing that he does very well.
Remember कि बैल मर गया, हमें ही बांध दिया.
So it's nice. He's got a character. I think once a comedian identifies their character and the audience enjoys that character, I think then that character can grow. I think comedians who struggle is where they don't know where they are at. What should their stance be?
I think Samir Raina has given an openness to the comedians also.
Yeah.
Because before that, people were still afraid to come up and say something vulgar, maybe a abusive word. But अब Samir Raina आया है, and Samir Raina was basically very, वो तो उसका जो मन करता था वो बोलता था. वो कहीं भी है. ठीक है, उसके बाद से I've seen that a lot of stand-up comedians are now coming up and trying to be themselves on the stage.
Yeah,
And
because they know
not
it works.
Yeah, and not just have a scripted joke.
Correct.
You can be very natural. Do you think so?
If you are genuine and people feel you are genuine and not what they call fake, people will connect to you. But जैसे ही अगर आप you are trying to be someone else, वो दिख जाता है. Then I think people don't connect to you. So as long as people are themselves, however they are, and they truly believe it and they're comfortable, the biggest thing with any stage performer is to be yourself in a very unnatural setting of being on stage, light and audience. It's very hard to do that. But those who can, to the audience appear like हमारे सामने बैठा है, हम लोग ऐसे ही बोलते हैं. That's what connects.
This was my biggest question would be that the ENT postgraduates, now they are looking for multiple options for themselves.
Yeah.
ठीक है ना? Now I would like to ask you, what are the options that a ENT postgraduate can think, potential jobs, business areas, or whatever you can think of?
Yeah, see, I think ENT, like I said, gives you a lot of options in terms of career. And ENT is not like ear, nose, throat, head and neck anymore. It is diversified. As an otologist, you can have a complete career. As a rhinologist, allergy specialist, you can have a complete career. Just as a voice specialist, throat surgeon, you can have a complete career. And head and neck oncosurgery is already a complete super specialty field. And vertigo. Vertigo is a brilliant field where neither the patient nor the doctor nor the relative knows what is happening. सब घूम रहा है और सबको घुमाते रहो. It's that. But I think in ENT, in terms of jobs, and I always say this, a lot of people give me flack for it also. Every time people say ki jobs are saturated, and I agree, jobs are saturated, but the field is not saturated. There's a difference between a field and the jobs. Jobs will be saturated for everything. Boss, there are only X number of hospitals, and it cannot grow at the rate of our population and the way people are now, being trained. But if you set up your own clinic or ENTs, setup, I think there is huge scope. In your private practice and in your centers, especially if you start expanding into allergy testing, vertigo testing, create labs and endoscopies. I think there's a lot of scope for ENTs, and surgeries are going minimally invasive. And I call ENT as the cancer of the medical field because we have spread everywhere. हम लोग नोज से स्कल बेस पे चले गए तो न्यूरोसर्जन के खा जाते हैं. फिर हम लोग ऑप्थेल्मोलॉजिस्ट के अंदर भी हम लोग थोड़ा सा ऑर्बिटल डिकम्प्रेशन कर लेते हैं. फिर अगर गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजिस्ट को बुरा लगता है तो गैस्ट्रिक पुल अप भी कर लेते हैं. थोड़ा कार्डियोथोरेसिक में भी हम लोग ट्रेकेस्टमी का भी कर लेते हैं. और अब तो फीटल में भी पहुंच गए हैं. वी डू फीटल ENT, तो हमने गायनेकोलॉजी को भी नहीं छोड़ा. सो वी हैव मूव फ्रॉम पोल्स अपार्ट एंड होल्स अपार्ट. सो वी हैव breached everything and ends are meeting.
So the important question that many of our audience, actually wants to know is that they plan to start a private practice, but the first question is that they do not understand when they should start the private practice.
I'll tell you. As an entrepreneur, what I can define is if you have worked for at least 6 months with a seasoned private practicing doctor in the private practicing setup. The same doctor will be very different in your medical college. The same doctor will be very different in a government hospital, but that same doctor will be a totally different person in the clinic where they will suddenly be talking evidence-based, being very nice, being understanding this thing. So you spend 6 months at least with a private practicing doctor and have 6 months of self-sustainable money. When you have money where अगर आपको 0 rupees भी आएगा, आप 6 months survive करोगे. That is the time when I think you can open a clinic, and you should have enough financial reserve to run the clinic for 6 months without expecting any money from it. It takes that much time because you are setting something and the ecosystem around has to come to know that you are there and react to it. Now, what will grow your clinic in this 6 months is how you treat patients. It is purely patient experience. One of the biggest eye-openers for me is I worked in a government hospital, I worked in a medical college, I worked in private practice, and I always used to be that guy who said, यार private practice में तो सब cheating होता है, सब ये होता है. But when I started doing private practice, I realized you are most closest to evidence-based medicine and literature in private practice. Because as a government hospital doctor, आप कुछ लिख दो, पेशेंट गया, बाद में आपको देखोगे भी नहीं उसको. मेडिकल कॉलेज में भी बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट है, हमारा यूनिट ए चल रहा है, यूनिट बी चल रहा है. बट प्राइवेट प्रैक्टिस में इट इज़ यू बॉस, यू आर सीइंग दिस पेशेंट. वो तुम्हारे नाम से आया है. अगर वो इम्प्रूव नहीं होगा पेशेंट, वो आके ढूंढ के तुमको बताएगा. इंडिया में इतने पोलाइट लोग नहीं है कि अगर तुम्हारा रिजल्ट नहीं अच्छा हो या तो वो रिव्यू डालेगा या आके बताएगा या आपका बैड वर्ड ऑफ माउथ फॉलो होगा. सो यू कैन नॉट फूल अराउंड in private practice. You will read. I have read so much after coming into private practice. When I was in medical college, मैंने इतनी पढ़ाई नहीं की, because you have to be on the top of your education, your knowledge, and know what works, what doesn't work. आजकल चीज बदल जाती है, कभी बोलेंगे ये ड्रग पहले काम करता था अब नहीं करता. You need to know that, right? There's this thing about in ENT where people said that if you use Montelukast, it causes ADHD or some psychiatric problems. And now patients will ask you, patients will be like, doctor, you're prescribing me an antihistamine with Montelukast. इससे तो मैंने पढ़ा था ये होता है, तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा ना. गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल बोलेगा मैं डॉक्टर है तो मत पूछ, ऐसे नहीं कर सकते ना. तो बोला सर हमने आपका पैसा दिया, हमें बताओ. सो आई थिंक इन प्राइवेट प्रैक्टिस यू हैव टू बी मोर एजुकेटेड. एंड टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, 6 months of financial reserve to run the clinic and yourself, and 6 months of practice under a doctor. You should start it and run it for 6 months. But what will work is word of mouth. If your patient treating skills are good and you are good, it will work. Otherwise, after 6 months, just go in the mirror and say, I am not good at this. And what you do if you're not good at this is you learn how to be good. That's what fellowships are for. So many students try to be, sir, मुझे fellowship दिला दो, मैं job करनी है. Fellowships are never for jobs. Nobody does a fellowship for a job. Fellowship is purely for upskilling after you have realized कि आपकी skill की कमी कहाँ है. एक बार आपको पता चल गया मैं इस चीज में अच्छा नहीं हूं, आप उस चीज की फेलोशिप या सर्टिफिकेशन करके यू मीट दैट गैप एंड यू मेक योर पेशेंट्स बेटर, योर क्लिनिक विल ग्रो.
Tell me 3 non-medical skills that a medico should know to actually run a good private practice.
Communication skills, and communication skills of with empathy. So not communication skill like yes well या रात में लो, no, it's not like that. But क्यों लो और आपको उससे क्या तकलीफ हो सकती है, क्या नहीं हो सकती है. Especially one is communication skills and other one is breaking bad news. I think that is another one, especially in some areas where you can't just say बस आपके पास 2 महीने, नहीं ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते ना. आपको थोड़ा सा you will have to tell them this thing. And I think good business skills. If you're running your own private practice, you need to know what sustainability is. You need to understand where you're spending and how it's going to come back. I'm not saying be unethical. People equate the word business to unethical thing. I don't think that is the right way to look at it. I think it has to be sustainable. अगर आप कुछ भी करते हो, अगर वो ग्रो नहीं हो रहा और आप उसको फीड नहीं कर रहा ग्रोथ के लिए, then you're not doing something right. So I think good communication skills, good business skills, and good time management. I think these 3 are non-medical things that people should have.
So boss, again I'm putting that question back again. What is the basic capital and the basic setup required when starting your own clinic?
I would say a very bare minimum basic 3 to 5 lakh rupees would be the investment, and I've been 500 to 750 square feet is a good space for 2 or 3 chamber clinic or polyclinic. And what was the last part that you asked?
Basic setup that is required.
Basic setup. See, basic setup, I think patient examination bed and your basic tools, BP apparatus, weighing machine, table, chair, good lighting, and CCTV camera and security. Because डॉक्टर से पेशेंट बनने में कोई टाइम नहीं लगता है.
लेट्स सपोज कि अगर हम पेशेंट इनफ्लो को अगर एक पैरामीटर रखें तो कितना टाइम में आपको लगता है कि कैसे पेशेंट फ्लो इंक्रीज होता है?
Yeah.
जो एक नए एक डॉक्टर को अपने ध्यान में रखना चाहिए.
I think in the first 3 months of practice, even if you get 2 to 3 patients a week, that is okay. Many people get very perturbed by it. They are like, sir हमारे पास आ ही नहीं रहे पेशेंट, एक दिन में एक आता है, हफ्ते में 2-3 आता है. मैंने बोला बॉस वो जो शुरू के 3-4 हैं वो आपके 100-200 बनेंगे, वो 3-4 को ढंग से देखो. It always takes that time, but it depends also if you're strategically smart, your location is good, you're near apartment complexes, you're near pharmacies and all of these things, you should be able to get to 10 to 15 patients a day within 3 months. But sometimes it can take 6 months. But the first 1 or 2 months you assume कि कोई नहीं आएगा. और अगर 2-3 हफ्ते में भी आते हैं, just that is the part of the normal process. Anybody who's opened a clinic has been through it, however good or bad they are. Don't lose hope with that. Just be at it. Keep upskilling yourself, keep studying, do something, but be there. There are 3 A's for practice: affordability, accessibility, availability. If you're available, you're accessible, and you're affordable, you will be there.
What are the basic marketing techniques a clinician should actually use to promote their clinics?
Word of mouth is the strongest. So whenever your few patients come, make sure that they have a very good experience. Generally, what I've seen is WhatsApp is a very strong tool, and through education, you can't like literally say ki come to my clinic, I've got these features, yeah, discount. Don't do that kind of marketing. Do information based, what people will share. So if there is a new viral infection coming out, talk about its symptoms, be careful, be alert, drink this water, do that, कुछ अपना एक advice वाला दो, and then circulate it amongst your existing pool of patients and some communities. वो automatically meaningful information will spread and they'll come to know, अच्छा ये डॉक्टर से, ये क्लिनिक से आता है, follow up questions आएंगे और फिर बाद में बोल सको क्लिनिक में आके हमको देख लो. So I think information based marketing is a very strong tool rather than reviews and buying reviews and putting your stars and ratings and ye pamphlet flyers in newspapers. I think either written or verbal or a video recorded of new updates, even if it is as simple as how to improve your vitamin D or magnesium is required, whatever it is, keep putting out a lot of this information that is important for people. I've seen many doctors do well purely based on information based marketing.
I actually got this question from a student of mine. All right, it was a very weird question, but I would still like to ask you. So the question was कि सर मेरा 2 लाख रुपए या आई थिंक 1 लाख रुपये महीने का रेंट है, उसने मुझे अपना थोड़ा खर्चा बताया, तो मेरी कंसल्टेशन फीस कितनी होनी चाहिए? वो बहुत जेन्युइन सवाल लगा मुझे कि एक तो है कि मार्केट में 500 रुपये चल रही है, आपने अगर एक प्रीमियम जगह पे ले लिया तो आपका 1.5 लाख रुपए हो गया, तो आप तो 500 रुपये में अफोर्ड ही नहीं कर पाओगे. तो व्हाट आर द पैरामीटर्स दैट यू हैड यूज्ड एट योर ओन टाइम?
See, I think your operational expenses per month of 1 lakh is pretty much, I think, what most clinics have. If you can bring it down to 50,000, 60,000, that is good in the beginning days. But if you are a pure MBBS doctor, I think between 300 to 500 or maximum 600 is what I think people can charge. But if you are a specialist, you can go upwards of 600 to 1,500 depending upon your experience to charge. I think the charging is not based on your investment. I think charging is based on the value you are bringing to the patient, your experience that you are bringing, and the services that you are bringing. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आप 500-600 से ज़्यादा नहीं चार्ज कर सकते, तो आपको सोचना है आप क्या ऐसा वैल्यू एड सर्विस डाल सकते हो. आप एक होम विजिट इंक्लूड कर दो, आप एक फ्री फॉलोअप इंक्लूड कर दो, या आप कुछ टेस्ट इंक्लूड कर दो, या मेडिसिन में डिस्काउंट इंक्लूड कर दो. कुछ आपको इंक्लूड करना पड़ेगा दैट द पेशेंट विल फील, या ठीक है, आई कैन गो टू 800 or 1,000 and 1,500 to pay. I feel home visits is one place where no question asked, people pay 1,000 to 1,500 rupees even for a basic MBBS doctor. I've seen it with doctors in my clinic as well, because people realize the value of some doctor, qualified doctor, coming to my house and looking after my parents or someone like that. But clinic में बोलेंगे सर आपकी फीस बहुत हाई है, वो है. बट होम विजिट में कोई ये नहीं बोलेगा कि आप 200 रुपये में मेरे घर आ जाओ. उनको पता है कि घर में कोई आ रहा है क्वालिफाइड डॉक्टर, तो कम से कम 1,000, 1,500 या 800 तो होगा. So look at ways where you can add, and there's no direct answer to this, but I think even if you are charging low, then you have to work on the volumes. If you think you cannot charge higher than 300 to 500, you have to see that at least you get 20-30 patients a day. Then what is it that's going to do that? Whether it's camps, whether it is certain schemes. I've seen some clinics do a subscription model. Like just like your own micro insurance. वो बोलते हैं आप इतना पे कर दो, आपका 1 year में आपकी पूरी फैमिली के लिए अनलिमिटेड टाइम्स आप OPD कंसल्टेशन ले सकते हो या टेस्टिंग ले सकते हो. So you have to be very creative and see how you can bring that out. There is no formula to this.
Many times I've seen that, especially in the previous generation of ours, they were pretty much focused on this fact that if I'm running a clinical practice, if I am not there, the practice will not run.
Yeah.
This is the biggest apprehension, the biggest fear.
Yeah.
The newer generation is working on models where they are thinking that even if I am not there, the business should always be running.
Yeah.
The clinic should always be running.
Yes.
The business is not the right word, but the clinic should always be running. It should not be dependent just on me.
Yes.
So how do you think that a new clinician can actually make the business, make the clinic thrive like that?
I think your communication from the get-go, according to me, should be polyclinic setup. See, when you do a polyclinic setup, you are communicating to that society कि यहाँ पर एक डॉक्टर ड्रिवन क्लिनिक नहीं है, यहाँ पर 2-3 स्पेशलिटी के लोग आते हैं. हर बार आपको कोई ना कोई आसपास कोई ना कोई डॉक्टर होगा जो 2 घंटे 3 घंटे बैठना चाहेगा. आप उसको चेंबर रेंट पे दे दो या रेवेन्यू शेयर कर लो, बट पोजिशन इट as a place where people get health care support. across at least 2 or 3 specialties, GP, 1 2 specialities, some testing and all of that. That is a safer bet going forward for the exact same reasons like you said, because even if you are not there, it is not like अरे ये तो जिसका क्लिनिक है वो ही नहीं है तो क्या फायदा. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. पीपल ऑलरेडी नो यहाँ पर अलग अलग डॉक्टर आते हैं, तो कभी आप नहीं हो और कोई और भी आएगा, वो उनको नेचुरल लगेगा कि हाँ ठीक है, दिस इज अ नेचुरल बिहेवियर. बट अर्लियर डेज क्या होता था, डॉक्टर की ब्रांडिंग पे चलता था, बट things are moving from brand to convenience and to value. It's becoming a value driven healthcare market and a convenience driven healthcare market, because people are now used to ordering things on Zepto, people are used to ordering medicines on PharmEasy, people are used to ordering lab tests from somewhere. So they are now looking at closest का है, मेरा आधा दिन से ज़्यादा नहीं जाना चाहिए. कहीं पे भी जाओगे, किसी को लेके जाओगे, पेरेंट्स बच्चों को, आपका पूरा दिन चला जाएगा. एंड पीपल आर वेरी वेरी पर्टिकुलर अबाउट दैट टाइम. अभी आजकल आप बेस्ट डॉक्टर कोई नहीं देखने जाता, भले इफ इट इज़ अ वेरी स्पेशलाइज्ड क्लिनिकल प्रॉब्लम वहाँ पर बेस्ट डॉक्टर देखने जाते हैं. फॉर अ स्पेशलाइज सर्जरी वहाँ बेस्ट डॉक्टर देखने जाते हैं. सर्दी जुकाम कॉमन लूज मोशंस के लिए कोई बेस्ट डॉक्टर नहीं देखने जाता. बोलते हैं कौन ईजिली एक्सेसिबल है और पास है, और जो हमें वेटिंग नहीं कराए, हमें इनकन्वीनियंस ना दे, ढंग से देखे, हमें टाइम दे के देखे, उनको उतना ही चाहिए एंड ट्रस्ट से चाहिए. That is all.
So basically, the whole concept has changed, that you are not the face of you're just the face of your brand,
Yeah.
but you are an employee of your own brand.
Yes.
So even if you're not there, the brand still keeps running, and the doctor might change, but the brand still stays.
It's still delivering what it's supposed to do, and it's not exclusively dependent on you. I've seen something else what senior doctors do. They always have 2 or 3 junior doctors with them, and the patients know them कि ये इनकी टीम है. So they do a team based practice, and I think team based practice is a very good way to ensure that you are not individually dependent on it. कि और दिल्ली में तो टीम बेस्ड प्रैक्टिस ही होती है. सो यू कैन से दी हमारी टीम है, और हमारी टीम में से हम लोग सब इसको इवेंचुअली देख रहे हैं. अगर हमारा जूनियर डॉक्टर भी देख रहा है, वो बाद में हमारे से डिस्कशन होकर ही आपको ट्रीटमेंट जा रही है. दैट कम्युनिकेशन शुड गो टू मेक श्योर दैट द केयर कंटिन्यूज विदाउट यू बीइंग देयर और नॉट देयर.
When do you think is the right time? What are the parameters a young clinician should see that, okay, this is my one clinic and it's time to open my second clinic?
If your one clinic is generating more than 50% of profit, I think it is time to invest in 2 ways. Either you expand your current clinic and increase its capabilities, or you open a new one in another area where the same formula worked. I'll give a very interesting example of a good friend of mine who's done something very smart. He's an MBBS doctor. He'd never specialized. And his clinics never go beyond a 20-30% profit. तो उसने क्या किया, उसने 20 क्लिनिक खोल लिए. वो हर 20 क्लिनिक में से हर क्लिनिक में वो 20 to 30,000 प्रॉफिट बनाता है. लेकिन अगर 20 क्लिनिक में अगर आप 20-30,000 जोड़ दो, so he's making a decent amount of money per month by being just a little above average. अगर आप इंडिविजुअली हर क्लिनिक को देखोगे, आपको लगेगा इट्स नॉट डूइंग रियली वेल, बट आप उसके जब वॉल्यूम देखते हो कि उसने ऐसा 20-30 सेंटर
20 क्लिनिक खोलने का पैसा कहाँ से आया
था, तो वो 20 क्लिनिक बहुत लीन है ना. इट्स नॉट लाइक इट्स अ वेरी ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉर हिम. सो व्हेन सो ही इज नॉट बाइंग द प्रॉपर्टी. And you won't believe it. I know whenever I say about clinics, people write, sir, हमारे पास लाखों के रुपए नहीं है. You don't need लाखों के रुपए. If you take like a small shop, 25, 30, 50,000 rent and maybe 10, 15,000 for water and other expenses and maybe one receptionist, you're not spending your monthly expenditure more than 75,000 to 1 lakh. अगर आपने clinic में 20-30% भी आपका अगर profit आ रहा है, after 6 months, 1 year, you will be able to fund another one. And many people take loans basically because you want fast scale up. अगर आप एक लोन ले लोगे, अगर आपको पर क्लिनिक 5 लाख का सेटअप चाहिए, आपने 50 लाख का लोन ले लिया, आप उस 50 लाख में से आराम से 7-8 क्लिनिक खोल के 2-3 महीने का आप अपना कैश फ्लो मेंटेन कर सकते हो. और वो क्लिनिक जब पिक हो जाएंगे, यू विल इजीली बी एबल टू क्लोज द लोन विद इट.
इतना बड़ा रिस्क लेना चाहिए.
It's up to your risk-taking appetite. See, at the end of the day, you have to be an opportunist and you have to see what works. Sometimes, one school of thought is कि यहाँ पर area already established हो गया, मैं एक ही इसको मैं मल्टी स्पेशलिटी कर दूंगा या नर्सिंग होम बना दूंगा या इसको हॉस्पिटल बना दूंगा, या ब्रांड बना के मैं चेन और फ्रेंचाइजी वाला करूंगा। और कुछ लोगों का है कि नहीं, मैं वॉल्यूम गेम खेलूंगा। आई हैव गुड रियल एस्टेट कनेक्ट्स, आई नो वेयर आई कैन गेट डिसेंट प्रॉपर्टी फॉर लो कॉस्ट रेंटल, एंड मैं इसी मॉडल को रेप्लिकेट करूंगा और इन्हीं डॉक्टर्स को मैं रोटेट करूंगा विद इन अ 5 किलोमीटर 10 किलोमीटर रेडियस। सो यू हैव टू, देयर इज नो स्ट्रेट आंसर टू इट, बट यू हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ how things work around you by going, seeing, being observing, and talking to people, talking to clinics nearby, talking to pharmacies, and understand that it's a business acumen. Acumen is inbuilt.
एक प्रॉब्लम और भी है। द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट अब आप जितना बता रहे हो सुनने में कितना अच्छा लग रहा है,
वो मैं
इतना
अच्छी
इजी
तरह से
लग
बोलता
रहा है।
हूँ।
हाँ, कि 20 क्लिनिक खोल लिया, सबसे 20,000 रुपये आ गया, हमने 4 लाख रुपये कमा लिए, वाह।
Wow.
बट देयर इज ऑलवेज अ डार्क साइड टू इट ऑल्सो। तो आपको क्या लगता है ऐसी कौन सी बातें हैं उस डार्क साइड की जो एक क्लिनिशियन को आज से पता होना चाहिए बिफोर एक्चुअली स्टार्टिंग देयर ओन क्लिनिक?
One is never cut short and do anything unethical. वो आपका 20 का 20 बंद हो जाएगा विद इन अ मैटर ऑफ 1 or 2 months. एक आई थिंक फॉर हेल्थ केयर रेपुटेशन एंड ट्रस्ट इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड इट इज़ वेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग समटाइम टू गिव इट द टाइम दैट ईच क्लिनिक नीड्स, and you need to just trust that and stick with it. Don't do any cut short कमीशन वगैरह, या फटाफट देखना, या अननेसेसरली टेस्ट लिखना, या अननेसेसरली कुछ अपना रेवेन्यू बढ़ाना, पेशेंट को कोक्स करना, नहीं आप ये करो, नहीं ये सर्जरी करो, प्रोसीजर करो. If somebody doesn't need it, you have to always think, if my family member had to go through this, would I recommend this test, would I recommend this surgery? Think of it that way and be very honest. मैं बहुत बार अपने पेशेंट्स को बोलता हूँ, अगर if I don't know, I'll say, boss, I don't know, I have no idea what you have, so I will refund it back to you, but I can suggest आप इधर चले जाओ. बस that act will, next time the patient will come with another problem, but they will come कि हाँ मुझे इस डॉक्टर के साथ एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी और ट्रस्ट मिलता है. So that transparency and trust is what is going to take you the long way. Never discount that. I will very strongly say that. Have the patience. It will be frustrating. You may not be making what you think you'll be making in the beginning, but in the long run, this is what is going to take it forward.
What are the necessary partnership a clinic requires?
Yeah.
Basically, it can be a pharmacy clinic
Yeah.
partnership, it can be a lab clinic partnership. तो ये कितनी partnerships मतलब utmost requirements होती हैं?
Pharmacy and lab is a bare minimum. See, you have to see based on the field you are practicing in, where does your patient go from end to end care, right? If you are just prescribing, but what is the next step? Is a patient is going to get certain investigations which are in the form of blood tests. You have to have a blood test lab tie-up. Or if they're going to go for biopsies and pathological examination or radiological examination is a very important part in your field, you have to have that in the vicinity, convenient and accessible to the patient. And of course, pharmacy. Many people open dispensaries in their own clinic. वो थोड़ा सा, I think, certificate wise, license wise थोड़ा complicated हो जाता है. But otherwise, at least have a nearby pharmacy that is tied up. And this is the most unintuitive thing. Have nearby clinics. Many people think कि अगर आसपास क्लिनिक है तो वो कंपटीशन है. आई ऑलवेज गिव देम दिस एग्जांपल. आप कभी मॉल गए हो?
हाँ, मैकडॉनल्ड्स, बर्गर किंग स्टोरी.
H&M भी वहीं पर है, Zara भी वहीं पर है, वो है. तो there is a lot of overspill of the market that happens when people know कि इस एरिया में मुझे हेल्थ केयर मिलता है. जैसे हम बैंगलोर में कुछ एरिया, अगर हमें हेलमेट खरीदने जाना है, JC रोड में जाते हैं. तो ऐसे यहाँ पर भी है, सरोजनी मार्केट जा रहे हैं तो हम वहाँ जा रहे हैं, राइट? तो कुछ खाने पीने जाना है तो हॉस्कास जा रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट गोइंग फॉर वन पर्टिकुलर shop, you're going for a particular area. So when you know यहाँ पर clinics हैं, so people don't want to wait, and not, there will be some people who will go for a particular doctor, but बाकी just want to get it done with. So one unintuitive partnership is have clinics that feed into yours. Like if you're a pediatrician, have a gynecology clinic. It's good to have that. If you're ENT, have optal nearby. So have that kind of a combination.
Boss, what are the financial lessons that you would like to give to young clinicians? कि इतना तो आना ही चाहिए.
One is you need to know your basic taxes and your tax liabilities and basic profit and loss, and just capex, which is your capital expense, your opex, which is operational expense, and how do you manage this. One thing that I have learned is from 10 years before is to minimize human resources. Human resources is the most volatile and unpredictable element of any business. वो होते हैं, नहीं होते हैं, वो काम ठीक से करते हैं, नहीं करते हैं. It's very hard to ensure that. I have noticed कि the moment you remove that human resource, things actually become much better. तो आपका एक तो financial input कम गया, दूसरा आपको पता चलेगा it doesn't really change your business. Now you'll be surprised when I tell you my current clinic has 0 employees. देयर इज नोबडी दैट सिट्स इन द क्लिनिक. वो खुला है डोर, अंदर एक इंसान नहीं है. एंड द फार्मेसी नेक्स्ट डोर इज लाइक, सर ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. मैंने बोला भाई मैं कुछ ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा करते हैं. उधर एक बोर्ड है जिसमें एक नंबर है. So बोला देयर इज नो वॉक इन्स, doctors live nearby, call this number for an appointment. Anyway, nowadays people are going appointment based. Walk in wala market, especially residential areas में कम हो गया. They search who's the clinic nearby, call doctor available है कि नहीं, appointment तो आ जाएगा. तो there is no receptionist, there is no nurse. There are 4 chambers, many doctors come, but there is one guy who's operating and he's not even in that location. He's sitting in some other गांव में, वो बस अपने फोन पे वो कर रहा है. तो इतना हमारा रिसोर्सेज कम हो गया, बट इट हैज़ नॉट इम्पैक्टेड द पेशेंट फ्लो, इट हैज़ नॉट इम्पैक्टेड द रेवेन्यूज. इनफैक्ट इट हैज़ मेड इट वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. सी अगर आपके पास एक इंसान आगे आ जाता है ना, तो द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का रीज़न आता है. जब आपके पास इंसान ही नहीं है, आपके पास एक बोर्ड है, उस पर एक नंबर है, आप क्या करोगे? आप उसको, अभी कोई यहाँ बैठा है, वो फ़ोन पे बोला यार मैं यहाँ खड़ा हूँ, तुम बात क्यों नहीं करे मेरे साथ, किसने तुमको रखा? You know, there becomes lot of reasons. इसने मेरे साथ रूडली बात किया, इसने मेरे को देखा नहीं, इसने करेक्ट टाइम नहीं दिया, इसने ह्यूमन एरर किया. Hey, नहीं, that's how the ATM concept works. ना, the ATM, the more humans deal with machines, the less they're going to fight.
So do you think that ये तो उनके लिए पॉसिबल है जो जिनके पास एक इनवर्ट क्वेरीज आ रही हैं, पीपल आर वॉकिंग अप टू दैट क्लिनिक एंड लुकिंग एट दैट बोर्ड.
No. Google.
All right. So do you think that the people who are coming to you because of your brand or because you have the whole ecosystem that you have created for the clinic?
No. The people are coming because of proximity of the clinic. So on maps, they search ENT near me. ENT near me में हमारा ENT दिख जाता है या पॉलीक्लिनिक दिख जाता है. तो उस पॉलीक्लिनिक में कॉल करके बहुत बार बात करते हैं कि ENT डॉक्टर है, नाम भी नहीं पूछते. आपके पास GP है, आ रहे हैं, बस आप बोलो कि 10 मिनट्स में आ रहे हैं. वो ये नहीं पूछते कौन है, क्या एक्सपीरियंस है, क्या क्वालिफिकेशन है, कुछ नहीं. दे डू गो थ्रू द रिव्यूज एंड देन दे सी अच्छा यहाँ पर ये वो है. बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इन क्लिनिक्स यू आर नॉट गेटिंग emergencies and you're not getting complex cases. You're usually getting someone who is just asking advice on their previous illness, or there is some very trivial problem that they need care for. And I have really seen this shift. And in my clinic, most of the people don't even know who I am. वो बहुत बार आके पूछते डॉक्टर साहब किधर हैं? जगदीश चतुर्वेदी तो बहुत सीनियर डॉक्टर नाम लग रहा है ना, बुढ़ा नाम लग रहा है. तो मैं ही हूँ डॉक्टर जगदीश चतुर्वेदी. अच्छा आप हैं, ओ ठीक है, हम अभी आ रहे हैं.
कह रहा हूँ कि तो सर में सारे बाल हैं.
हाँ नहीं, वो दादा के साथ में वो मेकअप दादा ने सफ़ेद किया है. अगर सफ़ेद नहीं होगा तो पेशेंट नहीं आते. इफ़ यू लुक यंग, कि नहीं इंटर्न को नहीं दिखाना हमें. सीनियर डॉक्टर चाहिए.
अच्छा, तो you're an entrepreneur yourself, you're an established entrepreneur. What are the entrepreneurship lessons that you would like to give to young doctors?
One is that don't think that the job of a doctor is purely seeing patients. Your job as a doctor is to solve a patient's problem, however it is. And one of the very important things is by developing new things or research. I see a lot of students feel research and innovation is not really a responsibility of a doctor. वो थोड़ा साइंटिस्ट सोचते हैं, ये तो एकेडमिक चीज़ है, ये तो PhD वाली चीज़ है. At the end of the day, you are in front of the patient, and it is very embarrassing to say I cannot do anything about it. For me, at least, it is. अगर the reason why I've invented devices is because I don't like that situation where a patient is sitting in front of me and I'm like, boss, this is the way it is. मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? हमारे हॉस्पिटल ने यही प्रोक्योर किया है, बस यही है, आप यही ले लो. That's such a helpless thing to do, right? I'm like, it's not very difficult to create something new and make it. People think, okay, it is true, 10-15 years ago, 3 to 5 years to get a technology. Now it is not more than a year. From ideation to commercialization, the ecosystem has improved so much. If you know how it is to be done, within a year, you will have a technology out in the market. And you don't even have to make it. You just have to think of it, but find the right people who can develop it. And that ecosystem is now there.
Which are the products that you are working on?
So this product is something close to me out of the inventions that you were asking, because from 15 years I've been working on various versions of this. But वो time अलग था तो वो दिखता अलग है. When I was a postgraduate resident, I was very bad at laryngoscopy, using the mirror, indirect laryngoscopy mirror. It is my skill issue. But like I said, अगर patient comes with a throat problem and I'm not able to solve it, मुझे लगा एक कैमरा को लेके एंडोस्कोप से अटैच कर लेते हैं. And that worked. It's also shown in my web series Starting Troubles. And eventually a company called Medtronic. If anyone's in the healthcare field would have heard of Medtronic. Medtronic licensed the technology and they started a very big program called Shruti Eye Hear. And the Shruti Eye Hear trained health workers to look at ear diseases using that same device, which I had licensed out the patent to them. And I think they screened, I think, many hundreds of thousands of patients, because of which I was recognized by MIT Technology Review as one of the 35 innovators under the age of 35. But COVID wiped out that product. Because I think what COVID did is their manufacturing plants and all of that had to shut down and that product went off. But the need for portable ENT endoscopy still remained. And when COVID struck, हमारे साथ problem ये हुई कि people would come on video camera. And my physician friends are able to see. तो रिपोर्ट देख के ट्रीट कर रहे हैं. हमारे पेशेंट बोल रहा है कान में सर बंद हो गया. मैंने बोला मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा. I can't see your drum. It could be wax, it could be eustachian tube, it could be retraction, it could be anything. So what we did is this device is a very good example of not reinventing the wheel. ये chip and tip camera है. Already lot of makers are there जो chip and tip camera बनाते हैं. हमने बस वो टेक्नोलॉजी ली और हमने इसका डिज़ाइन ऐसा किया है कि यू कैन नाउ एग्जामिन एनी बॉडी ओरिफाइस विद दिस डिवाइस. अगर इस फॉर्मेट में तो आप कान देख सकते हो, ओरल कैविटी देख सकते हो. अगर मैं इसका एक ये पीस हटा देता हूँ, ये नेसल एंडोस्कोप हो जाएगा, पूरा नेसल एंडोस्कोपी कर सकते हो. अगर मैं ये अटैचमेंट लगाऊंगा, दिस बिकम्स अ डिवाइस दैट यू कैन पुट इन द सर्विक्स फॉर सर्वाइकल कैंसर स्क्रीनिंग, फॉर रेक्टम हेमोरॉइड, एनी बॉडी ओरिफाइस. सिंगल डिवाइस कनेक्ट्स टू योर फोन और आईपैड, गिव्स यू एन इमेज. अब उसमें AI इंटीग्रेटेड भी है, वो डायग्नोसिस भी कर देता है. And I think for GPs and pediatricians, this is something that is revolutionizing their practice. Because आप जब पूछते हो कि आप क्लिनिक खोलते हो तो what is the value add you're bringing? And every time tech, people will not trust another human being, but people will trust tech. अगर मैंने कान में कैमरा डाला और दिखाया कि कान में छेद है, तो है. उसको भी, पेशेंट को भी पता है, आपको भी पता है. बट अगर मैंने ओटोस्कोप से देखा और बोला नहीं आपका ड्रम में होल है, तो लगेगा यार ये है कि नहीं, ये ऐसी तो नहीं बोल रहा. मैं दूसरे डॉक्टर के साथ सेकंड ओपिनियन लेता हूँ, right? कि है वो, maybe he's not seen it correctly. So whenever you use tech, similarly there are AI stethoscopes now where you can hear the sounds. There are portable X-rays now where you can take a camera and you can see the X-ray. I think tech really helps build trust, and this is one of the devices, High-Techs, which is now in 7 countries. The other 2 devices which I'm particularly happy about is a device called SANS, where I'm one of the inventors, but it's developed by another company called Inaxcel. And SANS is a portable neonatal CPAP device. It helps in transportation CPAP. And one which was a very crazy idea that I had 8 years ago, which is now a reality, is called VAPCare. So people develop ventilator-associated pneumonia because of being on a ventilator. And I had the idea that, you know, if we were to put a sheath and suck out the secretions in an intubated patient, by adding the sheath on an existing endotracheal tube, people used to think that wo nahi ho sakta, but now it's an actual product. And again, Inaxcel is a company that's completely developing it. It's got an FDA, now it's global. And I think as a doctor, I think if you see a problem, the worst thing that you can do is nothing about it.
That's impressive, boss. That's very impressive.
In a way that helps them, then I think you're still incomplete. And I think robotic surgeries is something that I'm pretty impressed with, and I think is going to change the way surgeries happen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jagdish, for this insightful conversation. It was really fun, but it has not come to an end till now.
Okay.
I have some silly questions for you, I would say. But I would love the answers from you. I think you are going to give me some amazing answers. It's a simple rapid fire.
ठीक है.
Super spontaneous, super truthful. That's the 2 rules.
Short answers, huh?
Yes, please. So if you could rename yourself, what name would you pick?
I would keep something like Kenny Danny type. Yeah, Jagdish Chaturvedi बहुत बड़ा नाम है यार. It's very hard to be popular with this name. मेरे को सिंपल नेम पेरेंट्स देते थे. मैंने पेरेंट्स से पूछा यार मेरे को ऐसा नाम क्यों दिया, बोला हम तो वल्भाचार्य रखने वाले थे. मैंने बोला नहीं जगदीश ठीक है.
Okay, if you had to rename your profession, what would you call yourself?
The entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
मतलब आज भी, how do you recognize yourself? Like if you have to say this is my first profession, what would that be?
I always I'm a doctor any time of the day, 24 hours. Everything that I do is an offspring of being a doctor.
What's the most bizarre talent you have?
I'm an animal.
एक दो और करो जरा.
ये दो, इसी में लोग खुश हो जाते हैं.
Okay, if aliens visited Earth and you had to explain medical field to them, how would you do it?
I think, yeah, I would just tell them कि we are doing some research on you. तो एक sample लेना है, but sample insufficient.
कैसे imagine करते हो? How would aliens look like?
I think aliens will look like us. I think the future humans are the aliens. क्योंकि I don't think we can live with each other much. So कोई ना कोई तो भाग गया होगा. जैसे इलॉन मस्क कभी मार्स में जाएगा ना, वो मार्स में जाके वो 200 years बाद आके देखेगा कि ये लोग बचे हैं कि नहीं. I think they'll all look like Elon Musk.
सिर्फ DLF बचा होगा और DLF प्लॉट काट रहा होगा गुड़गांव
हाँ
में.
हाँ, वो तो प्लॉट काटेगा. और जाट बचे रहेंगे.
What is the most expensive thing you have ever bought?
I am not at all a spendthrift. I am very simple, but the most expensive thing I bought is my house,
Bangalore
बैंगलोर में.
with parking.
सिर्फ पार्किंग है.
हाँ.
रहते तो कार के अंदर है.
I love your tagline also. Can stay in Bangalore. I live
Born in
traffic.
Bangalore, raised in traffic. Mother tongue is pam pam.
बैंगलोर एयरपोर्ट तक एक जर्नी है, फिर वहां से एक और जर्नी है सिटी तक जाने के लिए.
एयरपोर्ट के लिए फ्लाइट आ गई है.
हाँ.
There's a Uber helicopter that goes
हाँ,
to the
it is required.
but you need to go in the car to the Uber helicopter.
हाँ.
तो
तो उबर भी तो डबल पैसा कमाएगा हमसे. If you had to eat only one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think दाल चावल रोटी is my basic. I can eat it anytime.
No सांबर, इडली, चटनी.
नहीं, वो सब निकलता है. खाता तो. No, I'm actually dal roti rice is what works for me. I'm actually a dosa fan, but I don't think I can eat it every day.
तो फेवरेट डोसा प्लेस कौन सी है बैंगलोर में?
Bangalore में I like this place called Taza Tindi. I don't know if you've ever been there. Taza
I have
Tindi
been to MTR, CTR.
हाँ. I like Taza Tindi dosa. कभी आप जाइए. It's like a nice food nuts, मतलब इधर खड़े रहो फिर इधर खाना आएगा फिर वो आएगा. But the food tastes amazing and it's I think very good example of how they manage time and the operations.
What's your view on Rameshwaram?
I think Rameshwaram is just trying to impress the people too much. I think it's not sticking to its cuisine. वहाँ सब मिलता है, फलूदा भी मिलता है, and I think one of the reasons why I visited Rameshwaram a couple of times and stopped going is because they're very bad at crowd management. हर चीज मतलब अब चाव भात खाना ठीक है बट चाव भात can't be your experience, right? So I like little bit कि food has to come quickly and organized.
What's the biggest lie doctors tell patients?
You'll be fine. सब ठीक हो जाएगा. अब बस निकलो यहाँ से.
What's the one myth about doctors that you wish people would stop believing?
That it is a career which will just run on your degree. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You have whatever degree, कहीं से भी ले लो, AIIMS से ले लो, कहीं से भी ले लो. The basic thing is you have to be a good doctor. That's it.
Upskilling is required no matter what.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jagdish.
All right.
It has been a wonderful conversation, very insightful, very funny, and as you know, we promised our audience a laughter riot.
Well.
I mean, I have been laughing like crazy, so I can expect the audience to do so. But thank you so much, sir.
Well, thank you, and I hope there was something controversial क्योंकि we are not successful people. हमें ना कोई ban कर रहा है, ना कोई cancel कर रहा है. Like people don't even know us. So I hope there was something controversial कि कुछ गाली मिले, कुछ लोग बोले तो हमारे बारे में भी थोड़ा नाम प्रचार हो and नहीं तो अगली बार ट्राई करेंगे.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you so much, guys, for watching today's shows. I hope you have loved it as much as I have loved it. It was just amazing. And who do you want the next guest to be? Please put down in the comment section. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends who are looking for a healthy laugh. Thank you so much and best of luck.